Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have found a Huda Beauty Medium Obsessions dupe. So I have got the Nude Medium Obsessions. Is it Obsessions? Yeah, it is. And I found a dupe which looks pretty damn similar. It is by, I'm not even going to be able to say this. It's by a brand called Langmani. It's a Chinese brand, and this is the outer packaging. It comes and then it slots out, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's actually quite similar. Let me do a side-by-side comparison. I mean, they're not exactly the same. I mean, the colors are totally different. This one is more of a true nude. This one is more of like a pinky shade. However, like, it's still got that kind of crocodile print on it. Both of them are 3D. Obviously, the Huda Beauty one looks more luxe, and it's got a plastic casing, whereas this is just cardboard. So this is the dupe, and this is just cardboard. There's no mirror inside, and instead of it being called medium nude, it's actually called magical nude. Or nude magical, however you want to say it. So I'm just gonna put in all the swatches now so you can have a look at the shades. The top row will be the original Huda Beauty eyeshadows, and then underneath will be the dupes.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel.
Thought would be a fun idea is to do one eye Huda Beauty and the other eye the dupe, like I usually do in these, you know, dupe versus original videos. I think I've pretty much duped every single Huda Beauty palette at this point. But it'll be interesting to see. So I've got the two palettes next to each other. Let me just show you. These are both the shades. This one is the real Huda, this one is the dupe. As you can see, the color story is basically the same. The layout of the colors is the same, and the shades are pretty similar. The only difference I'd say is that the Huda shimmers look more luxe compared to these shimmers, which don't look as exciting. Color wise, they look pretty similar, and I've done plenty of these dupe videos, and to be honest, the dupe usually works out similar, if not a little bit more pigmented. So I don't know, it might be awesome. I'm expecting it to be awesome, basing it on all my other comparison videos. This palette retailed for under £5. So if it is, this would be such a good dupe if you want to save your coin. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get straight into the eye look. Okay, so guys, technology just failed me massively, and that was just so annoying. So I started the Huda eye on this side, and this is the dupe. I have used the lightest pink shade in both palettes. Let me show you. So this pink shade in the Huda palette, this pink shade in the dupe. The only difference is that I think the dupe might be a tad bit more pigmented, and it's a bit more brown than the Huda side. The Huda side is a bit more pink, but yeah, from here, from afar, it looks pretty much the same. So I'm gonna carry on and hopefully pray that technology does not fail me and it records. So the next shade I'm getting is this kind of cool tone brown right at the bottom, and I'm just gonna place that right next to that pink shade. I'm just gonna stamp it on like I did with the pink shade, and that's the best way I find the Huda eyeshadows perform if you press them on rather than blending, because I think when you blend them out they lose that intensity. So if I'm really being picky and honest, there's hardly any difference between that pink shade and that kind of cool tone brown shade that we've just put on. I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the other palette. Take that brown shade right at the bottom and pack that onto the eye. See, yeah, I find these far more pigmented. I always think the dupes are more pigmented. And Huda's mattes, I've said this a million times, are nothing special. So I almost feel as though I'm preferring the dupe side right now. It's like I'm having to do less work and it's just boom, intensity. But again, same issue. It all looks like the same shade. So I'm going to take the darkest shade, this one right here, and place that on the outer portion of the upper lid. So I'm just going to pack it and blend it into the other shade. I do like this shade. I have used it before and it's got patchy, so I'm really going to hope that it doesn't do that again. I find that packing and then blending works the best with these. So that's what I'm just gonna do, slowly but surely. Okay, so that's blended out quite nicely. And to be honest, right, it all kind of looks like the same shade, all of it. Why does the whole palette look the same on me? Like, there's hardly any differentiation between the shades. It's kind of wild. Taking the Nude Magical, the dupe, I'm going to take that dark shade here. Right off the bat, it looks a tiny bit more cool than the Huda shade. So I'm just going to pop that here. And yes, we've got pigment. Alright, so I'm just going to do the same thing, kind of pull it out, blend it into the other shades. See if it gets patchy. Wow, I just can't get over how pigmented the dupe is. What? And I almost feel as though it blends better than the Huda ones. So this is the fade of this eye. And then this is the fade of this eye. And this one looks more dull and less, you know, vibrant and nicely blended than this one. And this is the dupe. And this is the real thing. And the real thing costs £27. And the dupe costs a fifth of that. Okay, so I've cut my crease. It's not super neat, but I just needed something for the shimmers to stick onto. So using the Huda palette, I think I'm gonna go into, let's go crazy. Let's do 3 shimmers. So I've got a silicone brush, and I'm gonna start with the lightest shade and then transition into darker shades. So I'm gonna go into this gold shade first, then I'm gonna go into this red shade for the middle, and then I'm gonna do the kind of browny purpley shade on the outer bit. So let's start with, you know, the inner portion. Okay. Wow, these brushes really work. There's a bit of fallout, I can see it on just under my eye. Next, on the other side of this brush, I'm gonna take the red shade. I don't think I've used this before. Oh wow, it's so pretty. I'm just gonna kind of work that into the eye, blend it into that gold. Then I'm just gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna take that bronzy shade and just pack it on the outer portion of the eye. So that is what this eye is looking like. Kind of cool, if I'm honest. It's like I really like that blend of colors. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the dupe now. I'm gonna go into this gold shade, then this red shade, then this bronzy shade. Obviously I can tell straight away that the files are just not as pretty as the Huda Beauty side. It doesn't have that foiled effect, if I'm honest. This is more of a shimmer, it's not a foil. So the colour is pretty similar, however the Huda one has a lot more shimmer. Colour wise, it's pretty similar, if not the same. I am gonna run that medium shade under my eye, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then I'll be right back. Right guys, so I've just done the shadow under both eyes. I am just gonna pop some highlighter in my inner corner under my brow, and then I might do liner and lashes. So by lashes I always mean mascara. And I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back, and I'm pleasantly surprised yet again. I want you guys to observe the eyeshadow. Just have a look. Pretty similar, right? I cannot believe that a £5 or less than £5 dupe works pretty damn the same as the actual real Huda Beauty palette. The only difference that I can visibly see is that the mattes work a lot better on the dupe side and the shimmers work a lot better on the Huda side. So the Huda ones have a little bit more of that glitz and glam, and they are more foiled, whereas the dupe ones, they're just shimmer, and they're kind of like, it's like a 2D shimmer, whereas the Huda ones are a 3D shimmer. And with the mattes, I reckon the dupe ones blend incredibly, like seamless, and you can see the actual gradient, whereas on the Huda side, all the shades, all three of the shades, which were really drastically different in the pan, look the same on the eye. And like I said, if you don't press the mattes on, they basically blend into nothing. It blends nicely, like when you blend it, but it's a really soft look, and all the shades have ended up looking the same. So that's something to bear in mind. I think if you combined the mattes of this one and the shimmers of this one, then you would have the perfect palette. So both palettes are kind of missing one element. I guess it's up to you to decide which one is more important to you. I think you can find nice shimmers in any palette, whereas mattes are a little bit more tricky, and I prefer to have nicer mattes because I can live without, you know, incredible shimmers. I have shimmers in other palettes that work amazing. So yeah, that was my quick and mini little review of the Huda Beauty palette versus the dupe. I honestly think that the dupe worked really nicely. The eye look on both sides is pretty much the same, and for that kind of price difference, it's kind of insane, and it's a no-brainer. I mean, £27 versus £5 or less for pretty much the same eye look. Save your coin, people. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this very quick video. Make sure you join my YouTube family by clicking subscribe and hitting the like button, and I'll see you on my next one.